The first thing you may have noticed in the demonstration is the atmosphere the teacher sought to create with the music, the posters, and the plants. This is done because learning is facilitated in a pleasant, comfortable environment. The teacher also speaks in a reassuring tone of voice, suggesting implicitly that learning the target language will be relaxing and enjoyable. The more confident the students feel, the better they will learn. With the words she uses, she also seeks to activate the learner's imagination, which will also aid their learning. A major step in the learning is the concert phase, during which the teacher acts out the reading with a musical accompaniment. This step is in keeping with Lazanov's observation that communication takes place on two planes. On the one, the linguistic message, the narrative here, is encoded, and on the other are factors which complement the linguistic message, for example, the teacher's actions and the music. When there's a unity between the two planes, learning is enhanced. A pseudo-passive state, such as the state one experiences when listening to a concert, is ideal for overcoming psychological barriers and for taking advantage of learning potential. The material the students are learning needs to be activated as well, however. The means of doing this should be varied so as to avoid as much repetition as possible. Dramatization is one way of doing this, and a particularly valuable way of playfully activating the material. Fantasy reduces barriers to learning. Other means of activating the material used by the teacher were the game with the ball and the dictation. The game helped to create a playful atmosphere, thus indirectly suggesting that learning can be fun. Caleb Catania was another methodologist who believed that language learning could occur at a much faster rate than normally transpires. What often happens, however, is that teaching interferes with learning. To prevent this from occurring, the central principle of Catania's silent way is that teaching should be subordinated to learning. This means, in part, that the teacher bases his lesson on what the students are learning at the moment, not what he wants to teach them. Watch how this principle is put into practice in the demonstration of the silent way, which follows, taught by my colleague, Donald Freeman. After the teacher greets the students, we skip to where the teacher is reviewing some of the words the students will use that day by pointing to them on a fidel, a color-coded word chart on which each English sound is assigned a distinctive color. He focuses on the differences in pronunciation between the and the.
In this afternoon's lesson, we're going to work on describing a house. They're not the same. Look. No. No, look. What is it? Yes, Horatio. More open, Hassan. Everybody. Louder. More open. The. Okay, good. Okay, so you all front row, come around the table here. What do you call this? Do you know? Of a house?
Is it a fence?
Kind of like a fence. It's called a floor plan. Have you ever heard that? What's a floor plan? Do you know? A floor plan. Does it?
The place where you build the house.
Okay, right. Good. So, let's start here. Okay. What do we have here? What's this?
Entrance. Door.
Yeah.
Door.
Which one? This one or that one?
The door.
Gideon.
The door.
Mm-hmm.
The door.
Mm-hmm.
The door. The door. The door.
Which door?
Many doors.
There.
The front door. The hall.
Take that out. The
Front door. Hall. The front hall.
and this
The back door.
The back hall.
and the.
Front door. Hall.
Okay, so
The front hall.
everyone.
The front hall. The back hall.
Okay. What about this room?
Living room.
Don't forget this word.
The living room.
Okay. What is it?
The living room. The living room.
And
The
here?
bedroom.
No.
The kitchen.
Let's put that here. Okay. So this is
The living room.
The kitchen.
The kitchen.
Dining room.
Oh, dining room.
again.
The dining room.
Okay. Abdurrahman.
The kitchen.
The bathroom.
The bedroom.
Again.
The bedroom.
Careful.
Bedroom.
The
Bed.
What's the sound?
Bed.
Okay. So everyone.
Bedroom.
Don't forget.
The bedroom.
The kitchen.
The kitchen. The living room.
The
dining room.
Start here.
The side wall.
The sidewalk.
The other side.
Keep going.
The other side.
Okay. So start here.
The sidewalk. The other sidewalk. The front wall. The other
Just a minute. Gideon.
The front wall.
Now, Jesus, put living room with it.
The living room.
You need to use this word.
Living.
Gideon. Yeah, there you. But start here.
The wall of
The wall.
But which one? That's the wall of the living room.
The front wall.
the front wall of the living room. The side wall of the living room. The back wall of the dining room. The back wall of the kitchen. The side wall of the kitchen.
Let's change groups now, and the other group come and sit down. Okay?
Table.
A bed? Sitting? A bed? A bed in the living room?
A table.
Okay.
Chair.
Siti, what shall we make it?
Sofa?
Okay. Which is it? This or this?
There.
Okay. So where do I put it?
It has to be close to the wall.
Okay. Start with this, Felix.
Put it close. Put it close to the front side wall.
Again.
Put it close to the front side wall.
You don't need this.
Oh. Put it close to the inside.
No, stay with front. You're okay.
Put it inside.
Put it close
to the inside. No,
Side wall.
to the wall. Front wall. Put it to the front wall. Near to the front wall.
Stay with close.
Put it close to the inside wall.
Put it close to the front wall.
Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. What are these? Chairs. Let's think of chairs. What kind of chairs?
Armchairs.
Where shall I put them?
Around the table.
Table, yeah. Okay, you want a table, Charlie.
Table, yes.
Okay, what kind of a table is this?
Near the
Methodist? Yeah?
Coffee table.
Uh-huh.
a coffee.
Which one?
is the coffee table.
Okay, now where shall I put it?
In front of the sofa.
In front of the sofa.
Yes.
Oh.
Close to the sofa.
Yeah.
In front, close to the sofa.
In front of...
This. Oh, in front of
Keep going. The
the sofa.
close...
Close to it. Close to it.
Good. Felix, can you say the
In
thing?
front of the sofa. Close to it.
What's that? From the start.
Put
It
Okay.
Put it
at
near
the
and
the
One.
One end of the sofa.
one end of
One end of the sofa.
near
near
the outside wall.
Near the outside wall. Okay. So could you say the whole sentence, Shai?
Put one.
Put...
Put it.
Put
Put it.
Mhm.
at one end of the sofa near the outside wall.
Okay. How about this one?
Put another at the other end of the sofa. And near to the inside wall. Near to
But near the
Let her do it. Near...
near the inside wall.
Put it next to the side wall.
Is that what you want?
Put it next to
Mm-hmm.
the inside wall.
What's this?
Table.
Which table?
Dining table. Dining room.
Keep going.
dining.
The dining table.
The dining table.
Mm-mm. Which one is it?
Chair.
Go back to the table.
The dining room table.
Greta.
The dining room table.
The dining table.
Mm-hmm. Can you just say the...
Dining table.
Mm-mm.
The dining room table.
Mm-hmm. And these?
Chairs. The chairs.
Around the dining table.
The dining room.
Put the chairs around the dining room table.
Okay. Good.
Around.
Okay. Good. Okay. I want you now to take your paper and I want you each to write one sentence using something new that we have said about the house. Okay? So, something that you learned that was new about the house. I'd like you each to write one sentence. Okay? Could you read some of your sentences? Hassan, what do you have?
The dining room table.
That's not a sentence, though.
The dining room table is in the dining room.
Again?
The dining room table
Uh-huh.
is in the dining room.
Okay.
The dining room
Mm-hmm.
is in face of the bedroom.
Okay. But in French, that's okay, but in English, we change it just a little bit.
Facing. Is facing.
Yeah, but careful.
Facing.
Mm-hmm. So, Maria, your sentence then? The
living room is facing the dining room.
right. Because it's hard to know where the front is. Huh?
Well, you're not supposed the front is where the front door is.
That's the front, but it doesn't mean that that's where in front of is. Because in front can change, right? This chair is in front of the table. Good. Kitty. Felix.
The coffee table is located in the space between the sofa and the middle armchair.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. Let's try one more. Gideon.
Puts the dining room table in the right position.
Position or in the right place? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. And let's try one more from over there. Mohammed.
The recorder is on the side table of the sofa in the living room.
The what?
The recorder.
What's a recorder?
The tape recorder. Tape recorder, yeah.
Uh-huh.
The tape recorder is on the side table of the sofa in the living room.
So you mean a table that would be...
Yes,
here?
Beside the sofa.
Right. So you call them side tables, or what's the other word?
The other?
No, instead of side, use this word.
Other.
At the end of the table, but say yours again.
The recorder is on the side table of the sofa in the living room.
Okay, and you can change side for this word.
And
the recorder?
The recorder is on the side, on the end table of the sofa in the living room.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Let me ask you then, what did you find that was new? What did you learn that was new in talking about the house?
The particular use of prepositions.
The use of prepositions? Judy, anything? Did you learn anything new in this?
Try to put the furniture as in the right position.
Mm-hmm. In the right
place.
Right place.
The right place.
Good. Thank you very much.
By beginning the lesson with the Fidel chart, something with which the students are familiar, the teacher can build from the known to the unknown. The teacher next constructed a floor plan with Cuisenaire rods. He elicited from the students the relevant vocabulary. He had the basic structure in mind, but he let the students take responsibility for guiding the construction of the floor plan. The teacher respects the intelligence of his students and gives only what help is necessary. Catania believed that language is not learned by repeating after a model. Students need to develop their own inner criteria for correctness, to trust, and to be responsible for their own production in the target language. In fact, he was fond of saying the teacher works with the students while the students work on the language. You may have noticed that the teacher spent a lot of time working with the students' errors. Errors are important and necessary to learning. They show the teacher how the students understand what he is teaching, and specifically where things are unclear. The teacher used a variety of tools, hand gestures, charts, the blackboard, and other students to get the students to self-correct. If students are simply given answers, rather than being allowed to find the corrections themselves, they won't retain them. However, at the beginning, the teacher expects students to progress, not perform perfectly. The teacher was silent in that he did not model the language, but rather directed the students in using it. It is the students who should be practicing the language, not the teacher. Because the teacher does not supply a model, the students learn to give their full attention to the teacher's cues. They are also encouraged to learn from one another. Indeed, we saw that the students standing in the back were learning from those seated at the table. By listening to the sentences the students wrote towards the end of the lesson, the teacher can verify what particular students have learned that day. This same sort of information was obtained when the teacher asked the students directly what they had learned. Both sources of student feedback help to inform the teacher about what to work on next. Students, in turn, learn to accept responsibility for their own learning. You may have noticed that originators of the methods demonstrated on these videotapes take as their primary goal students communicating in the target language. Many of these same methodologists emphasize the acquisition of linguistic structures or vocabulary. In the last method we will observe, the communicative approach, it is acknowledged that structures and vocabulary are important. However, adherents of the communicative approach feel that students must master the functions or purposes to which language is put before they will be able to truly use the language. Watch how this view of language influences the way the teacher designs the lesson. The communicative approach will be demonstrated by my colleague, Alex Silverman.